Hey guys, it's Aaron here. We're at the top of Maribel today and we're going to learn how to carve. What is carving? Carving is doing an entirety of a turn just using your edges. This video is for you. If you're now comfortable skiing parallel turns all over the mountain, you're comfortable, you can ski everywhere, but we really want to go to that next level of skill ability and really increase the performance that we get out of the ski and the performance of the turn. Okay, one of the first things that we need to think about to really help us learn to carve is by increasing the edge angle on the skis. And one of the best things that will help us do that is some lateral separation. Now, what is lateral separation? Lateral separation is where we separate what our upper body and our lower body does around the turn. Okay, so as we enter the turn, what we're going to do is we're going to start to increase the edge angle like this. And as you can see, my knees and my hips come inside the turn, but my shoulders and my upper body are staying towards the outside of the turn. This creates some separation, and we call it lateral separation because we're moving laterally into the turn and around the turn, but our upper body and our lower body are going to move in two different directions. A drill to help us with our lateral separation, okay, is what I like to call touching the outside boot. What we're going to do is, as we go around the turn, I'm just going to try and really exaggerate that motion again and really see how quickly and how far I can get to touch my boot. Back to neutral, same again the other side. Let's go try. Okay, so as I go to the start of my turn, I'm going to think about really coming down and touching my boots around the turn, and all the way down to the boot. Really increasing the angle as much as possible. And as you can see, when I get my hand down to my boot, my skis really react and come round the corner as quickly as possible. Super important to still remember to bring your shoulders to the outside. Your weight is going to come down onto the outside ski, and as you create the angle and as you create more lateral separation, your shoulders are going to balance out and come to the outside. Okay guys, step 2 for learning how to carve. We're going to focus on the transition. We focused on increasing the edge angle in the turn, increasing our lateral separation, and what can quite often happen when we start to look at this or start to think about it is our hips get super low, and then when we want to start the next turn, we forget to recenter our hips and move forwards in the transition to start the new turn. A great drill for practicing the projection into the next turn is called the clap. Okay, so we're finishing one turn, we're releasing the edges and finding the flat ski. My hips are a little bit lower than they need to be, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach as far forward as possible, and I'm going to try and clap over the tips of my skis. And as I've done that, it's brought my shoulders forward, my hips forward. I'm in a really good ready position to start the next turn. What we're going to do is we're going to start off slowly, and we're just going to do a few parallel turns. We're going to try and get the timing and the rhythm and the rate of movement with the clap just to get used to it, and then we'll build it into some performance carving turns. Let's go try. Okay, so I'm going to do transition. I'm going to clap over my tips. I'm going to do round the corner in the transition, clap. As you can see guys, I'm really trying to exaggerate that movement forwards. Really pushing my hands as far forwards as possible and recentering my position. Now step 3 is forward pressure. So how do we do it? We need to concentrate on squeezing the fronts of our boots, getting some forward pressure on, bringing our shoulders forwards. And what this will enable us to do is help us get the forward pressure on the fronts of the new ski at the outside ski of the turn. Now, what I mean by that as well is our skis bend and flex. Okay, now the earlier we can get the forward pressure on the front of the ski for the new turn, the more the ski is going to flex, the quicker we're going to be able to carve. Our drill to create as much forward pressure at the top of the turn is just going to be lifting up the inside ski. We're going to try as hard as we can to stand on that ski as early as possible. So I should, if I do it really well, pick up my inside ski, but we get to that point. Let's go give that a go. So I'm going across the transition, and just before I start the new turn, I'm going to pick my inside ski up, really stand on the outside ski and extend the transition. By having as much early pressure on the outside ski in a turn, it gives us the best platform to create a really strong carve turn, keep making those clean arcs and consistently carve every turn down the hill. Okay guys, that's it. We've covered the main areas of how to carve. And if you're struggling with any of these aspects, make sure you book an instructor on Maison Sport.